Go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's good, YouTube? TeamUnitedHeroes doing a random deck profile. The last video we posted was like 2 months ago, but I guess that's just because I'm lazy. Anyways, to get started with the deck, I'm playing Agents. First off, we're running the Tour Guide engine. I'm playing more Chaos-oriented variant, even though I do like Alistair's build. And I really like Tour Guide. He makes things a little bit more consistent and a little bit more explosive as well. And it adds darks, obviously. I'm playing one Birdman. I haven't drawn it too much lately, but that's why I'm thinking about going up to 2. There's so many broken plays with him and Venus, you know, making Stardust and Gotchi first turn, or Stardust and Daigusto Phoenix. He's just really good. He adds a dark, and I just think he's an overall good card. I'm playing Double Card Trooper. He's used to not only get darks, but also fairies for Arc Lord Christia in the grave. Pretty good floater, draw a card when he's destroyed, obviously, and I don't know, he's a really good toolbox. Next, we're running Triple Thunder King. I'm running a lot of monsters for an agent deck. I like the heavier monster count agent decks a lot better than the lower ones, just because you get so many awkward hands. Like if you were to draw like a Hyperion, an Arc Lord Christia, and like a Shine Ball, it really doesn't. That's actually really bad, and I just think that Thunder King balances out those bad hands. You know, just first turn summon, he's really good against the meta, and he's a light, which I don't think matters too much. One Honest, it's pretty standard in Agents, and for my other 2 hand traps, I'm only playing 2 Orange Lights. His pay cost is really high, and I've been dead drawing him a little bit lately, so I cut it down from 3 to 2. 3's really good, stops Gores, Tragodia, it's like a Doom Caliber Knight from the hand, and he's really good graveyard manipulation for fairies. That's all the hand traps. Then you run 3 of the original Sabersaurus and Kabazuls. Cards are really good. 2 Earths, obviously, Stratos, and then the other 3 agents are obviously triple Venus. Everybody, I don't think that needs any explanation. And then for the boss monsters, we run the standard 3 Hyperion. I'm running 2 Arc Lord Christias. I know a lot of people like to run just 1, but if you draw this card and you're able to successfully summon it, chances are it's going to be game, so the more often I can draw it, the better. And then a Chaos Sorcerer, just because I don't have a BLS, but it's just another boss monster. Boss monster. But yeah, just pretend this is a BLS. You could play Chaos Sorcerer. I mean, I guess it kind of does the same thing, not really. That's all the monsters we run. I think it's 27. Not sure. Really, really high monster count, especially for an agent deck. For spells, we run the Trinity, I guess. Monsterborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. And I'm only running 2 MSTs. I'm running triple Call the Haunted, like a lot of other agent decks. And I believe that if you draw Call the Haunted and MST, it's kind of, I don't know, I just found it a little bit goofy because, like, I like to use Call the Haunted a little bit more defensively and reactive. Like, if they were to torrential my field, just Call the Haunted, back the Hyperion or Arc Lord Christia. That's the way I like to use Call the Haunted in the deck. I found that to be the most effective, and 2 MSTs seem to fit that. And drawing the 3rd MST when you already drew like a Call the Haunted or 2 and a Heavy Storm, just, I don't know, it kind of clumps up in the hand. And then I'm running 2 Duality. I recently put this in here just for consistency. I usually put Pot of Duality in everything, and I really didn't want to put it in Agents just because you special summon a lot. But again, there's so many weird opening hands, and I want to be able to balance those out. And it can also grab your Call the Haunteds or Arc Lord Christias or Hyperions for when you go for those big pushes like the following turn. So Pot of Duality is really good in the deck. And for traps, we run triple Call the Haunted, which is really good. It's chainable to like your Sangan, which is another reason why I run Tour Guide. It's just because it gets Sangan in the grave faster, and Card Trooper, and then obviously calling the Haunted Hyperion and Arc Lord Christia is really good. We also run Double Torrential just because it's like a board wipe. It's a really good card. I don't think it needs any explanation. And I'm not running Solemn Judgment or Warning. I'm instead running 2 Compulse just because it's chainable and allows you to, and it's also really balanced card in the fact that you can use it defensively and offensively. Like if they bottomless your Hyperion, you can chain that to it, or if you're going for game, you can just compulse their face down monster, and it's just a all around really good card. Also works against Exceeds. It's 7 traps. Yeah, 7 traps and 7 spells, I think. Yeah. I think I'm running a 40 or 41 card deck, but if there's anything that I really want to change like immediately, it'd probably be to either take out one Thunder King for another Birdman, or just flirt around with one Pot of Duality. I don't know. The deck's still testing. For the extra deck, we run 2 Gachis. You really only need one, and this one should be a Dark Mist, but I just don't have one. Plus, I sometimes bring out 2 Gachis. 1 Daigusto Phoenix, he's a OTK enabler. Really, really good card, especially when you combo it with Stardust. I took out Acid Golem for this guy. I'm kind of 50-50 on it right now. Like, he's worked 50% of the time, and the other times he just gets run over the following turn, so I'm still testing this out instead of Acid Golem, just because you are paying a lot with the agents. So. 1 Zen mains, I think it's pretty staple. You run pretty much the best rank 3s, Tempo, Levier, and Leviathan. Going first turn, Tour Guide, Sangan, detach Sangan from Leviathan, and Setting Call is like a really, really cool play. So, those are all the Exceeds. Again, you want to put in a Dark Mist. You really only need 1 Gachi. For the Synchros, we run 1 Armory Arm, pretty good for with BLS. Catastor, Gaia Knight, Black Rose, Stardust, and Scrap Dragon. And I'm also running Chimera Tech, but it's not supposed to be in the extra deck. Instead of Chimera Tech, I would recommend putting in an Ancient Sacred Wyvern. Level 7 requires, I think, both light and non-light monster. And then pretty much he's what OTKs. Like, he's an amazing card. I've been testing with it on Dueling Network, and he's OTK'd so many times. I just don't have him yet, so I just kind of main the Chimera Tech for those bad players that leave out Cyber Dragon. That's the extra deck. And then for the side deck, I run Double Dust Tornado just for those back row heavy decks. I think it's pretty standard. You can play Decrees if you like it. I just like this because it's good against Dark Worlds too. 2 Gozen match. I know this seems kind of weird because we are running a Dark variant of Agents, like a Chaos variant, but I do side out, like, you'll see later. I side in Gozen match against Windups and other decks, like maybe Plant Synchro if you still play against that. You're not manning a lot of monster removal, so I opt to side a lot of it, so just double D, Prison, double Bottomless. Good against Chaos Dragons when you draw it. I don't know, just 4 really good all-around cards. I'm siding 1 Nobleman across out. The reason why I'm only siding 1 is because, like, against Yugioh, you have the Herald of Perfections, which can activate in the damage step, I believe. I'm not sure yet, so don't quote me on that. But I don't know, I've always liked 1 Nobleman across out, because really, after the first time you use it, there's really no point in having the second one. We also said the 3rd MST, again, just for back row heavy decks, Dark Worlds, anti-meta. And then when I side in the Gozen matches, I usually side out my BLS and a couple other darks, just depending on the matchup for these 4 cards. Dimensional Alchemist is really good because he's a fairy, a light fairy, which could be used in conjunction with Herald, and Cyber Dragon's just good against Yugioh and all, whatever, and he's also a light, so that's really good. I guess that's also why I kind of main the Chimera Tech. I don't know, it all works out in the end. This really isn't an official side deck. It would be something that I test out, though. But yeah, that's it. I mean, that's my agent deck. It's really, really cool. I'm just trying to test it out, fit it for my playstyle. Yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions on what I should put in the deck, one thing I'm, again, going to test out is the second Birdman, just because he has some really cool plays, and motherfucking 2 Chainz.